Hey jerks, welcome back to the show. I know I usually don't do a Friday update, but I had to do a Friday update today because we have a special update. Thanks to a viewer of the show, Mr. Sorry, hold on, let me scroll back here. Mr. Anti-Monitor, I should have remembered that. That's a great DC Comics character name. Mr. Anti-Monitor, he found the missing piece we needed from episode 8. So episode 8.2, the grand opening, where I opened the Captain Power toys with Scotty. We did a grand opening in that episode, and he found it. He wrote in, and he basically said, several years ago, I went through a Captain Power phase, remembering how much fun I had playing with Captain Power as a kid. I collected all the Captain Power stuff I could. I bought all the toys. I found all the stuff online, and among the things I had was one of your videos. I burned it to a DVD and put it with the rest of my collection. And when I heard you make the call several days ago for people who had some of these old files, I went and found it, and there you go. I paraphrased some of that as I was reading through it. But so basically, he had downloaded it. He saved it to a DVD. I said the other day I was hoping people had some of this stuff out there. He dug around. He found it. And so now we can complete episode 8. So we will have all of episode 8. Now this is the section that went right in the middle of episode 8. So we had the Infinite Heroes. Oh, so this is the episode where Pixel Dan was off getting married. So he was gone this month. So there was me talking about Infinite Heroes, and then Scotty and I did the grand opening with Captain Power, and then Duvall talking about the Tonner DC Stars. So I'm going to put those 3 together and release it here since it's complete as one complete chunk, and you guys can watch that complete chunk now that it is complete, because it's complete now. So it'll be complete for complete sake. But anyway, also, just a reminder for everybody out there, we did open a Teespring store. You can see the link down at the bottom of the screen here. We've got t-shirts and pillows and stuff on there. And you can watch the video from yesterday where I talk about it.
Hold up.
What?
I'm the merch police. I'm here to make sure that your podcast doesn't turn into just one long commercial for merchandise.
Is that really a thing?
Well, it is now.
I mean, we just started it yesterday, so I'm just showing it to...
Look, people don't want to come and watch a video, be told to subscribe, told to like, be told to click a bell, share the videos and whatever, and buy your merch. If they like it, they're going to do it. So stop telling them to do it all the time. We're here to police this area and to make sure that these types of things don't happen.
Okay.
I'm going to keep my eye on you.
All right. I won't do that. Okay. Thank you for the reminder. But anyway, so episode 8 with this grand opening in here. Now, I mean, just a reminder that things were way different. This was, I guess, 11 years ago. This was 2009, back on the internet. So things looked different. The quality, is not as great. And you
Hold up. What? I'm with the Nostalgia Police. Part of the fun at looking at old videos like this is to see how bad they were, how far you've come since then, how much you've learned, how much knowledge you've gained since then.
I know, but
we all understand it's not going to look as good as some of the stuff you're doing now. So everybody knows that it's got some problems. You roll with it. That's the fun. Just let it go. Let the memories happen. Stop harping on who you used to be.
All right, well, I won't then.
I also am going to be keeping my eye on you.
I guess I'll just... Who are you? Why are you here?
Oh, me? Yeah, I'm just here for the snacks.
There's no snacks.
Well, then what's the point of any of this?
Okay, well, that's awkward. All right, well, enough of that then, guys. Let's just get to the video.
One love.
No.
One love. See you later.
Hey everybody, welcome to That New Toy Smell. We're here for episode 8, and actually this month our good buddy Pixel Dan is getting married. And so we took Duvall and we tied him up and we threw him in a closet somewhere. And so maybe he'll get out of the closet in time for episode 3, part 3 of this episode. But right now we're looking at part 1 of episode 8, which is going to be my look and my collection of DC Infinite Heroes toys. So if you're not familiar with the Infinite Heroes, we did our first grand opening, was looking at some of these. And you can see these that we have on sale here at Killing Enterprises. Check out the website, killingenterprises.com. But you can buy this one that I'm holding in my hand right now, and if you ask, we'll sign it. We'll autograph it and ship it to you.
Are we going to get anything extra out of that?
No.
Fine.
But anyway, here's my look at my collection of DC Universe Infinite Heroes figures.
Let's take a look.
Now, Mattel had been going strong with the Justice League Unlimited line, and then they came out with the DC Universe Classics, and that made everybody pay attention. It's basically their answer to the Marvel Legends line. Now, the DC Universe Classics are still going strong. Justice League Unlimited became a Target exclusive. But for me, those two toy lines pale in comparison to the Infinite Heroes. We covered Infinite Heroes in part 3 of episode 1 here on That New Toy Smell, and for some reason, ever since then, I've just been hooked. There's something about the 3 3/4 inch line that just grabs my imagination and just won't let go. So I've gotten some review samples, I've gotten a bunch of gifts over Christmas and whatnot, but I've just made it my goal to collect a bunch of these. And I've gotten about 85 of these figures now. Granted, I've got a bunch of duplicates, there's a lot of paint variants and things like that, but still, 85 is a pretty big number to have for a line that's been out for about a year. But I think we're going to take some time here today to look at some of the different ones, some of the unusual and creative ones in the line, and see if you like them too. These are my army builder, the Quardian Warriors. I've got 10 of them now. I use them for the comic strip I do at superherotimes.com. I just love those little sea monkeys. And here's the Atom. It's the exact same figure with 2 different paint variations. On the left is the original Atom, Ray Palmer. On the right, Ryan Choi. You've got 2 different characters who played the Atom, so they made 2 different figures because the costume was different. Take a look at the Thangarian Warriors. The exact same figure with different paint. The one on the right is the one you got in the 3-pack with Hawkman. The one on the left, the one if you buy them individually. Once again, there's some differences in the arms, the kneecaps, and whatever, but it's the exact same figure. Now this one's a rather dubious part of the collection, so take a good look and tell me what you think. The Green Arrows here are different. The one on the left is the one that came in the 3-pack, with Green Lantern and Black Canary. The one on the right is the one that comes individually on the blister card. Now, can you spot the difference between the two? It's not that the bow is in a different hand. You can put the bow in whichever hand you want. But can you spot the other difference? The one that's the subtle difference between the two? Take a good look. It's the belt buckle. That's right, the one in the 3-pack had a gold belt buckle, the individual one, a brown belt buckle. You can see a little green from the tunic that has overlapped onto the brown, but really, that's the difference between the two figures. Is it a production error that just didn't get the gold paint, or is it an actual variant? I don't know, but it counts as a different figure in my collection. Now check out Flash and Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash was always supposed to be the evil mirror image of Flash, so he always just had the reverse paint scheme. So it was pretty easy for them to just take the same Flash, give it a new paint job, and there you've got the Professor Zoom Reverse Flash. So it was kind of the easy way out to make a variant, but you got to hand it to him for this one, the Jay Garrick Flash. Now Flash, when he came in the 3-pack with Mirror Master and Weather Wizard, just had your original Flash in it. But when they came out with the revision wave that had the new 3-pack in it, they put in a whole new sculpt to this Jay Garrick Flash. This is a completely different figure. So it's really kind of an awesome thing that they do to toss that in there. They did the same thing again with the revision 3-pack of Superman, Wonder Girl, and Supergirl. They threw in a Bizarro this time. Instead of another Superman or a different Superman sculpt, you got a completely new figure of this Superman villain. And speaking of Superman, you got 3 of those in here as well. You've got the original Superman from the 3-pack, you've got Superman the way he looks on the card, and then you've got the Superman from the Battle of Metropolis 8-pack. So that Superman is actually the Kingdom Come Superman for collectors who were really into that story. So right now you got 3 different Supermen on the market to choose from. And then, of course, you can choose which Superman goes with which of your 3 Batmen. You had 2 modern version Batmen, one with a black cowl, one with a dark blue cowl, and then you got the classic blue and gray Batman with the large yellow oval on the bat. So depending on which Batman you like, you got one of those you can choose from. One of the things I really like about this line is that more obscure characters get their time in the sun. And Superman and Batman are not the only ones that get the 3-figure treatment. Take the Question. He's not as well known a character in DC Comics mythos by any means, but still, you got 3 versions of him out there. You've got 2 versions of the classic Question, white shirt, red tie, orange shirt, yellow tie. But then you've got the modern Vic Sage Question in there as well with the long trench coat. Now, I'm not sure exactly the distribution on these, if these are all variants of the same character, or which revisions or waves they came out in. But to me, it's just awesome the fact that they're going to recognize a character as obscure as the Question and give him 3 whole figures. Now, there are plenty other paint variants and sculpt variants we could talk about. We could talk about some of the different pack-ins from the 8-packs and the 6-packs and the 3-packs and the stuff they're coming up with on MattyCollector.com, online, and all that other kind of stuff, but we just really don't have the time to talk about everything. In fact, I got a bunch of prototypes and unpainted figures I wanted to get into, and we don't have time for that either. But for a line expanding as quickly as the Infinite Heroes line is, I'm sure we're going to be able to revisit this at some point in the near future and talk about a whole lot more of these figures. So I want to thank you for watching, and, well, you know what? Before we go, I think we do need one little public service announcement.
Alright, now let's talk about storage for a minute. Now, some of you, of course, are going to want to store all your figures on a shelf and display them. And if you're going to do that, that's great. But if you're like me, you've got just too many figures. That's not really an option. So you need some way to store them and put them away and be able to get them back out pretty quickly and easily. So we've got 2 options. First of all, Rubbermaid storage cases. You can get these at Walmart for $5. This is the 151200. These things are fantastic. I use these on all my 3 3/4 inch figures I'm stowing away. Basically, you have these little dividers that you can pop apart and put in here in order to make space for your 3 3/4 inch figures. And then, of course, you can just stack them. So you can see that with a box full of figures, it works really well. Holds them all tight. You can even put 2 figures in there if you need to, in order to, if you've got just way too many of them, you can't display them all. But it holds them, and it's going to keep them dry. It's going to keep them away from bugs. It's going to keep them from rubbing paint on each other. These are fantastic, and like I said, I use these on all my 3 3/4 inch figures, except a few, because there's always going to be some that don't fit the regular size. The Battle for Metropolis Lex Luthor with his big armor, Hawkman with his big wings. So for those, I use the Pro Latch Stowaway from Plano. Now this is very similar in design to the ones from Rubbermaid. The main difference is, on your first set of bays here, there's no divider in the middle, so you can make them double wide. They actually have these double wide dividers that you can slide into place in order to put your bigger figures in. Now, of course, we also have my little box of stands here from MattyCollector.com. 40 stands come in the box. It's a great investment if you're going to be displaying them, especially since the early figures didn't come with display stands. So this is a great little thing too. But between this box and the Rubbermaid boxes, you can store all the figures you want. You stack them up, you can get them out of the way, it keeps them safe. It's really a great investment.
Welcome back to that new Toy Smell episode 8.
Part 2!
Today we're going to take a look at Captain Power.
And the soldiers of the future!
Let's take a look.
Yeah! I was jumping in to help you.
Alright,
We were...
You're always stepping on my toes.
I'm sorry, man. Alright, roll them.
Why are you so hard to open?
Are we starting now?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, hey! Hello, everybody! Welcome to That New Toy Smell. We're here. This is episode 8, part 2, and we're here to bring you some Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. Now, these are vintage toys, never been opened, and we've got them here. We're going to be taking a look at these today. This one is the Power On Energizer with the Captain Power figure, and you've got the
big shooty thing.
interlocker.
Oh, or the interlocker.
The interlocker. And we're here at Killen Enterprises in Springfield, Illinois. You can check them online at killenenterprises.com. Where are we putting the website?
Do we not do that I thought we did that all the time.
Well, okay, we can
Now it's
do
up
whatever.
there.
The magic out
Now
there.
it's up there.
Are you going to put your name?
Sure, I can do that.
And here's mine. We won't say them. We don't need to because they're right on the screen.
What if they can't read?
Then we're in trouble.
All right.
All right, so Captain Power, Soldiers of the Future. This came out in 87, 88. There was a TV show that was a live-action show that would actually interact with the toys. There were sensors on here that would light up. You could shoot at the TV. The TV would actually kind of shoot back. Lasted for a whole season, and then it was canceled. But these are some neat toys, and if we were to actually open these, you'd be able to see how they have some different... What?
We're not going to open these?
Dude, we're not going to open these. These are vintage. People pay good money for unopened boxes so they can put it on the shelf and say that nobody's ever touched it. These have been sitting for over... Oh my...
Oh, we serious? Well, listen, we're already started. You might as well go here.
These have not been opened since 1987.
Ooh, yeah. Get that. Let's see what you got.
And tonight we're doing a new segment of the grand opening.
Here, now.
Opening vintage
Bring
toys.
up those batteries so we can.
And we'll put batteries in them.
Did you bring an old, super old TV?
I didn't. I know. Why would I bring an old TV? I wasn't gonna open these. This is glasses and what are you touching me and okay.
Woohoo! It's not really the.
Yeah, there's not a new toy smell with these, oddly enough. In fact, it's kind of a musty toy smell.
I'm excited.
But so okay, so here's Captain Power, our good buddy, and they packed one of these in with like pretty much every hero device that came out.
You can look for those if you want.
He's a neat little guy, 3 3/4 guy. He'll fit right in with my Marvel Universe and my DC Infinite Heroes. So I have to use him on something. We've got the Battle Guide booklet. You got a booklet? Yeah.
I got something in there.
The booklet tells you all about Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. There's how it works, the technology of the 80s coming right at you, how to play against the TV and other vehicles. Some good stuff in there.
So you're not mad at me anymore
Information
for
card.
opening them?
Well, you know, I mean, I was going to try to sell them.
This isn't the grand vintage toy box.
Well, but whatever. It's done. It's done, dude. It's done. We'll just open them.
Oh, we're gonna open them?
Yeah, apparently. So, do you have all your pieces out already?
Yeah, I think.
I'm sure there's instructions. I'm not sure how to open this. Bob, Ray, somebody, Bob, can we get some Johnny? Somebody help with the no. All right.
Oh, you're on there, Dirt.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
No problem.
Who was that? What?
Who was that?
That was Banjo. He's our new roadie. Yeah.
Here, grand opening these batteries real quick so we can get this show on the road.
So let's see. Power on, fits together. You got a piece here. There's some stickers, and Captain Power does have a tiny little gun here. So, once again, the kids' shows of the 80s, big on shooting people. It's a good lesson to learn. Kill your enemy.
Don't shoot people at home, though.
Yeah. Never point a gun at somebody unless you're ready to use it. You're willing to use it. But
I don't know what's going on over here.
are you having a battery problem?
Yeah.
Well,
I'll raise my hand for help.
what do the instructions say?
Oh, I need that battery.
Which battery?
This one.
Oh, the 9-volt?
Yeah, I need both.
Both?
It's high tech.
Understand?
Whoa, it works!
Now, these legitimately have not been opened or played with before. So I mean, this is 80. These came out in 87. So I mean, this is a 20-year-old, 22-year-old toy that's never been used.
I didn't get a guy.
That's awesome.
Sucker.
Whoa! Now this goes to show you, if you take care of your stuff, it's still going to work for a long time.
Are they interacting?
Yeah!
Well, stop shooting me!
Why?
But you didn't tell me we were shooting at each other.
Alright, now, Captain Power attaches onto the Energizer base here. So then when we turn him on, see, it lights up in his chest.
Hey, you know what I hated? When they used to put this stuff on the back, not the actual toy. Because that's why I didn't read the instructions. I just went by what was on the box and put it together.
Because on the box is a drawing of the toy.
I don't like the drawing.
Not the actual toy.
Yeah, what am I going to do with the drawing?
But it's schematics. It's like an architect's drawing. You've got the writing on there like architect.
Right. Yeah?
A little bit.
Oh, sweet.
Alright, is it on?
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
This is getting really annoying. You're taking damage. I'm not taking damage.
Why?
You are.
Redo it.
I don't. It doesn't do anything else. This is all it does. Hey, Dirt. What? I don't think Scotty K's got that chair right. Take a look.
What?
I know these things. I used to have one. Oh, there you go.
Why don't you read the instructions?
Why don't you read the instructions? Now shoot it. All right, now here, wait. Now turn. Is it on still? You turn it on.
Man.
I'm so excited. Let's see. Let's see.
Who is that? What is it?
That's Banjo. He's our roadie. He used to work for Creed,
All right.
but now we got him
Hurry, shoot.
because we're at least as awesome as Creed.
What's going on here?
These
Why
are.
does this keep stopping?
This,
We should have put these back in the box and sound.
well, as you can see, there were some glitches in the line of Captain Power and Soldiers of the Future.
We should see if there's a 1-800 number on the back and call and tell me we want our money back. I'm sure.
Like we got some problems here.
It's a completely different number. Thank you for calling Barbie.
We just ended up calling Bob's Taco Trio. Now, we do have sights you can use to look through and aim with this thing. If someone didn't know what they were doing. And
How do you like it?
screw this! Alright, well, we had some fun. We still have a bunch of stickers we have to put on, so we're going to be here for a while doing stickers and adding that kind of neat stuff
Oh,
to these. What?
I'm gonna go hang out with. What'd you say his name was?
Banjo?
Yeah, me and him got some kind of. We gotta go eat or something. I can't do the sticker thing.
Alright, well, I'll be putting the stickers on these vintage toys then.
Yeah.
And that's going to wrap it up for our, I guess we did a grand opening of some vintage toys and
Sorry.
yeah, well, anyone out there who's a fan of Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future and knows how the heck these things are supposed to work, does it do anything else, or is that it? Actually, that could be fun in and of itself with the right people, the right kind of party.
Yeah.
You know, loud noise, strobe light. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Right before they shoot you.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
All right, everybody, for that new toy smell, bringing you that musty toy smell this week. I, of course, am Dirt, and this was,
Scotty Cash.
and we'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.
All right, we're back here for part 3 of episode 8 of That New Toy Smell here at thatnewtoysmell.com. And, of course, I'm Dirt, and this is...
Scotty Cash.
And this week, we hope that Duvall has come out of the closet that we had him tied up and locked in earlier. He's going to be talking about the DC Stars line from Tonner Dolls.
Cool dolls.
Cool dolls.
Cool dolls.
These are collector's dolls, 17-inch collector's dolls from the Tonner Doll Company. Duvall has a whole assortment of the DC Stars line, characters like Superman, Batman, your big DC Comics.
We don't want to ruin it. Let them.
Okay, all right. We won't give away the whole segment, but check it out.
No, that's cool, Scotty Cash and Dirt. You know what? You can call them dolls all they want, but the Tonner Doll Company doesn't actually call them dolls. They're actually called character figures. The DC Stars line, which has been available since the fall of 2006, has allowed Tana to release a number of popular characters in different forms, including characters such as Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and many others. As a matter of fact, 23 characters to date have been released by the Tana Doll Company in their DC Stars character figure line. And that number doesn't even begin to cover the exclusives from all the summer and winter comic book conventions over the last couple of years. But enough about that. Let's take a look at the packaging. Packaging for the DC Stars line is pretty simple. You get one of these boxes with the DC Stars logo on the bottom of it. Depending on the character, the boxes are actually different sizes. They range from this size, which is for the women, to a little bit larger size for the men, to the really large size for Batman and Superman. And of course, once opened up, you find your collector piece, very nicely wrapped. Now, of course, these have all been taken out, taken pictures of, put together, but normally you'd find a couple baggies of accessories stapled to the insides, depending on the character, as well as the display stand underneath, the characters with the hairnets on them to protect the hairstyles, and of course the costumes. Very nice packaging from Tana for these collector pieces, and well, as they should be. Moving on from the packaging, there's been a number of comic convention exclusives over the last couple of years, including the Joker, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn dressed in Arkham Asylum jumpsuits, a Phantom Zone Supergirl from last year's San Diego Comic-Con, and an exclusive Harley Quinn that came with a exclusive gun and mallet. And of course, they've also had their limited editions, including this little guy, which was available for only a very limited time, and this is actually Crypto the Super Pup. And of course, he comes with his little collar and Superman cape, and he's cast in ceramic. He's a very cool little accessory that you can add to your Superman character figure. These were available on TanaDirect.com for a very, very limited time. You hunt around, you could probably still find one of these, probably on eBay or through another retailer. But these are a very, very cool little collector exclusive, and he's kind of cute. Moving on, as you can tell from the size differences, that the male figures actually are taller than the female figures, as evidenced here by Superman and Supergirl. Another amazing thing the Tana Doll Company does is they pay close attention to detail, as evidenced here by Superman's costume. The fact that he is completely decked out in a very, very traditional comic-inspired costume. And this isn't just Superman, it's for every DC Stars character. They are all decked out in their authentic costumes from the comic books. Now, the character figures themselves actually have quite a bit of articulation. You've got some wrist articulation, bend to the shoulder and the elbow. The head is actually on a ball joint, so it moves around pretty well. Depending on the character, depending on if it's an older character or one of the newer ones like Aquaman, there's actually some waist articulation, which is really nice. And then, of course, the leg and foot articulation. So you've got bending at the knee, you've got bending, basically moving up back and forth at the hip, and bending at the foot. So there's quite a bit of articulation in these, which really gives you a little bit of posing opportunities here and there, depending on the character and depending on what you want to do. Mostly mine stand like this. Kind of sad, really. One of my personal favorite things about the Tana Doll Company releases, and especially in the DC Stars line, is the fact that all of their characters feature hand-painted faces, and the fact that these hand-painted faces really, really make these pieces spring out at you. And all of these character figures actually feature rooted Saran hair instead of molded hair, which actually is a huge, huge plus. And to be honest, I think one of my favorite face sculpts of these character figures has to be the Joker, and the fact that they designed him in such a way that it reminds you very much of old Bob Kane artwork. Now, each Tana character figure always comes with a display stand, and depending on the character figure, you get different display stands. My not-so-favorite is the display stand here, which sits around the character's waist and holds the character in place. I don't like those much. Now, each character figure has a different stand depending on the needs of the character, and my favorite is one of the ones that came with Black Canary, which sits basically right on their crotch and allows the character a much better position to stand on and gives you a little bit more posing options. So that's probably the coolest stand, and kind of wish that Tana did every character figure with stands like these or offered these for sale, because these are great. But you can actually go to doll supply companies or craft stores and actually buy stands kind of like this that work just as well. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. Tonner has also released a number of exclusives to their TonnerDirect.com website, which is their e-commerce site. And those exclusives are 5 amazing superhero women dressed in amazing gowns, such as Diana of Themyscira, Kara of Krypton, Mira, Queen of Atlantis, Sealed with a Kiss, a.k.a. Poison Ivy, and the Blonde Bombshell, a.k.a. Black Canary. Now, Tonner is no different than any other company when it comes to retailer exclusives, and they've released their fair share, including this one, which was available through FAO Schwarz, which is this monstrous Bruce Wayne Batman gift set. Now, of course, you get the character figure, which is the same figure as the Batman figure, but instead of coming with the Batman clothes, he also comes with the Bruce Wayne tuxedo, which you can take off and dress him as Batman. I think it's much cooler just to leave in the box, which is where mine's at. I don't think this thing's ever coming out because, let's face it, I got a Batman and Bruce Wayne's just kind of chilling behind glass. So, whatever works. Well, guys, that wraps it up for my look at the Tonner DC Stars character figure line. And now there's so much more to show. They've got so much more coming out. There's a Green Lantern coming out. There's a Hawk Girl coming out. There's so many new figures coming out for this line. So we will come back and take another look at this line. Plus, there's other things that I would love to show you from this line that we'll cover next time. So until next time, guys, take it easy.
All right, well, that wraps up this episode of That New Toy Smell. I hope you enjoyed it. Like we said, congratulations to Pixel Dan. He got married this month, a couple weeks ago. And congratulations to him and his beautiful bride. Of course, don't forget, keep checking out our website, thatnewtoysmell.com. You can come to our forum at the Video Game Losers, VGLosers.com. Our Toy Smell forum is there.
Yes, we definitely want to hear from you.
And we do have the phone number available. You can call, leave us a voicemail anytime, day or night. We also have the email address. You can send us an email anytime, day or night. So thanks for checking this out. Hope to see you again next month here on, what's the show?
That New Toy Smell.
Yes. Tell me
That New Toy Smell.
All right.
Dirt, call me.
Well, then what's the point of any of this?